What sets Chula Vista apart from other agencies is the relationship that we have with our community. With 282 sworn officers, we have about 118 civilian employees that are all dedicated to working with our community and protecting this community. I say to my employees often that when you invest in your community, they invest in you. We bring in the activist community, and we want our officers to hear the stories that people have experienced with law enforcement so that they have a deeper understanding of why people feel the way that they do. And through this training, we've been able to really build bridges and build relationships that we might not have ever had the opportunity to have had in the past by really opening our doors and bringing people in.
You know, good policing requires being reactive when we need to, but also proactive to keep this community safe. Being proactive requires the trust of our community, and that's the importance of good community engagement. Our officers and our personnel engage with the community all the time. It's actually a critical component of policing. Engagement is just built into our nature. True community engagement must be intentional, it must be proactive. And proactive engagement is something that we're focused on here at the Chula Vista Police Department. That's part of the reason why we created an entire division focused exclusively on engaging our community to make sure that we're continuing to enhance and build trust and relationships with that community. Maintaining trust and good relationships with our community is central to everything that we do. It's essential, actually. We need to rely on the community to trust that they can call us when there's a problem, that they can call us when they need us, that they can flag down an officer when something's wrong, or that can report a crime to us. Community liaison officers learn about a community's needs, a community's observations, and they educate our personnel, they educate our command staff, they educate our officers in the field. 9 out of 10 people surveyed support our police in what they do, and that's really important. We see that every single day. In fact, our elected officials, we have been lucky enough to have unanimous support for public safety in this community. I believe we're helping set the stride for law enforcement across this whole country.
In August of 2016, Mayor Salas and Chief Kennedy became pretty intentional with regard to addressing the issue of homelessness. As we began to build trust with the homeless population, we found that calls for service actually increased. Because once we broke the barrier of mistrust or them seeing this uniform as someone who's going to criminalize them, we became perceived as advocates for them. Our program is about teaching our officers to embody the mission statement of this police department. We want our officers to understand that, at a minimum, when you contact the public, you should form a partnership.
We're continuously looking at ways to better serve our community, to keep our officers safe and the people we contact safe. One of the ways we've done this is by identifying and using technology that makes sense. We were the first department in the country to use the Drone as First Responder program, where we have drones respond to calls and more often than not arrive before uniformed officers.
So Drone as First Responder program essentially is a drone on a rooftop at several locations throughout our city. They are in the on and standby position, ready to fly to 911 calls as they occur. The officer can hear the 911 call, deploy the drone, and be on scene within 60 to 90 seconds and providing a live video stream to our officers. That live video stream is now being pumped into those officers' cars and on their mobile devices and gives them a chance to strategize before they arrive. The pilot of that drone can also assess resources that are needed on that scene and start dispatching them to the appropriate locations and start assessing other needs at the scene of that incident. As the call is ongoing, the pilot is able to offer real and live updates to the officers that are on scene, that stuff they may not see with their own 2 eyes. In addition, they're also recording and capturing video evidence for a potential prosecution later in court. Modern policing is something that is taking over law enforcement. Here in Chula Vista, we truly believe that Drone as First Responder is the cutting edge of that modern policing, and we're using drones to de-escalate volatile, rapidly evolving situations, and we're making everybody safer, including our community, our officers, and the subjects that we contact.
Here at Chula Vista Police Department Communications Center, we use a lot of different technologies to help enhance the service that we provide to the community. We use Live 911, which is a web-based platform that allows our first responders to hear the 911 calls as they come into our communications center. They don't have to wait for the call taker to enter it into the CAD system and the primary dispatcher to receive the information, then read it, then broadcast it on the radio. It's also a benefit to the community. The field units will hear the call immediately, and they're either close by or they're able to drive there before we can even get the call entered into the CAD system. Live 911 has helped in our dispatch center as well. We'll sometimes have up to 120 calls waiting to be dispatched. With Live 911, you have the ability to know that your officers are hearing the updates that pertains to them, while you're also managing another critical incident at a separate location. So with the implementation of Live 911, we've been able to shave seconds off of our response time, which in turn can save a life.
I want my officers to know that they make a difference every single day in the lives of people that they don't even know. You have an important role in helping people maneuver through the most difficult days in their lives. The greatest asset we have is truly our people. If the person behind the technology doesn't share this department's values, then we aren't serving the public in the best way possible. It's the heart behind the badge that truly counts. I've been the chief for 6 years now, and during that time, I've hired 142 new officers and 100 professional staff. Each time I hire someone, I think about how that individual is going to fit into our culture. I think about the heart I'm putting behind that badge.